Throughout the football season, every Friday night, we bring you exclusive sideline access and post-game interviews. We go straight to the head coaches, asking tough questions live with no edits. Just real, honest conversations.
We're now seeking sponsorships for our platform. Both businesses and individuals can support us through booster ads, helping to amplify our reach and impact. Your support means the world to us, and together we can continue to provide the coverage our community deserves.
We're reaching out for your help. Any small donations, even as little as the cost of a cup of coffee, can make a huge difference in keeping our platform alive and thriving. Can We Keep It Real podcast is brought to you by Beast Coast Football Factory and HomeSmart Professionals. Please consider joining our team today.
Yo, what's up, everyone? It's your boy Mike wrapping up another ride football season. Let's strike. Shout out to the Can We Keep It Real crew. Always authentic, always true, keeping it 102. Born again set. What's up with your staff? Teachers giving up the nappy dugout. Do the math. Dirty dancing in the halls. Is this a school or a show? Background checks, restraining orders. What's the deal, bro? Anna Maria Collins, Beetle Bailey call slipping, and the boys doing bathroom. Man, that's just tripping. Smithfield lights out. 5 players acting shady, locking freshmen and lockers. That's just plain crazy. Was he Jewish? Who knows? But they sprayed it with Lysol. This ain't a football team. It's a circus, y'all.
Hey, listen, that little skit, man, I'm telling you, that was so hilarious. He said that everyone in the room is now dumber for hearing that, yo. Oh my God, bro. I was laughing.
Exit Exeter is very long. Did his knee touch the ground? I don't know.
Insanely idiotic things I've ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Hey, bro. He ripped them apart on that.
I really think we need to check. We need this footballness tested.
Oh, there's more coming.
Somebody need to test his footballness.
Yeah, somebody need to check his footballness. His footballness is way off. His footballness is way off.
There you go.
Way off. But we got a lot. We got a lot getting ready to jump off.
Gonna be give him 5 or 6 days, anywhere from today to 5 or 6 days, right? And you're gonna hear Eric Rube, damage control, talking about he's gonna say all this stuff just like he did when I talked
Eric
about
Rube, let's dive into this mess. Your selections, just a popularity contest. You don't even watch the games. That's a shame. Only hugging up the coaches, playing their little game, playing caring with your kids. That's a parent and low. Running to the 80, throwing if it don't fit your narrative flow. No more jungle fever. You say you stand for Stan. All up on Washington Dunbar. What's your plan? What man says that? Begging the townies for a seat named in your honor, but you're just a joke, man. A big old god. Smiling in the spotlight, but it's fading away. Eric, what you doing in this basketball play?
No one's going to give you more coverage. No one's going to be at more games. No one's going to be more informed. I'm not just some guy sitting in his basement spouting off about who's winning games and who's doing what. We're real. The rebellion is real. Providence Journal coverage is going to be real this year.
Is it even a question?
Uh-oh.
Over everybody.
You're working for a corporation, think you're all that. But worried about, can we keep it real? What's up with that? A blogger with no degree is twice the journalist you'll ever be.
My man, my dog, man. Coach Nadim, what's up, man?
What's up, bro? We active?
Oh, yeah, we good. We good. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
Yep.
Get this shit off the screen. Yeah, it's all active. What's happening, man? How's everything?
Happy holidays, brother.
Happy holidays to you. Happy holidays to you as well, man. Salute to you for all them kids that go through the city and go through behind the pads, and now I see in college. You know what I mean? What's up with that? You know
You
what I
already
mean?
know what it is, bro. Just Honored, man. Honored, privileged to a point where I never had to bribe them dudes or offer them anything. They just
Yeah, no doubt.
me or let me coach. I never did any of that. I'm just real, and I gave them the truth, and I actually taught them something that they took with them. I think that's what kept guys like James Zell with me for years, and Marquise Buchanan, mad tournaments for years. Justin, mad tournaments for years. Nashawn, we was out in Vegas together at a tournament. I mean, just the list goes on. And as we both know, Mike, it's been a long time coming since our Rise had this many athletes at the big stage.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Did I see you out in Vanderbilt not too long ago at a game?
Yes, sir. Twice I went to James L. Spring game. Then I caught the LSU game. That game with all the energy was electric, man. It was electric.
It must
Just
make you
electric.
feel good when you see young dogs that you seen grow up as a child, and now you see them in a big arena. It kind of must give you goosebumps like I got now.
Bro, you should have seen me. I'm standing in line at the gate. My wife's with me. I'm jumping around, trying to peek through the gate. I'm like, yo, we about to go to an SEC game. Yo, the excitement is real, dog. The excitement is real.
And imagine how he feels, the young Lassiter, being out there and, shout out to him.
Yeah, and having them highlights that he got. That boy can go anywhere now if he wants to. He can go
Absolutely.
anywhere.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
But
So
you know what? I never get the shot. I always talk about them guys, but please let me add on about my guys like Israel Geraldo. He's down at Post. He's I think he got the any 10 player of the year or something like that. He's down at Post killing them. David Rodriguez is at Monroe. He's at Monroe doing his thing. Oh man, who else we got? Oh Jesus, I can't. Oh my boy, Jose Tehran up at UMass. He's number 32. He's playing up there. He is our freshman at UMass. He's originally from Taunton, but he ran with us too. So my boy Jose's up there. They call him Rooster. That's my guy, man. Salute to him at UMass. Not UMass Dartmouth. He's UMass Minutemen. You know what I'm saying? No offense to the Dartmouth, but he's up there at the Minutemen.
no doubt,
My boy Alex Meyer, he's at Framingham State. Salute to him. He's killing it at Framingham State. He's the leading receiver, leading catches and yards. Oh, man, my boy Earl at UConn. He's a Husky. He's a freshman, so he's still going through his freshman lumps, but his time is coming very soon. Oh, my God. I'm forgetting guys, man. Salute to my guys. Oscar. Oscar's in Minnesota. I believe Oscar's in Minnesota. Ron J. Quiddy's brother, Ron J's up at AIC in Springfield. I think he's up there playing running back. Oh, man. All my guys at UMass Dartmouth, all my other guys at URI, Ethan, Moses. Oh, man. Just trying to remember them all, bro. But let's move on to the topic.
And shout out to my URI guys, winning the CAA. You know what I mean? So back to back now. Let's not forget back to back. So,
back to back. Huge.
Back to back. And shout out to my man Ryan McCormick up there, probably the best recruiter in New England, who's just killing it.
That's the bro. That's the bro for real. He came to LaSalle. He came to a LaSalle game. I forgot which game it was, but I seen him during halftime. That was so dope to see him. That was dope.
Absolutely. And you had a great season at LaSalle as well. Can we talk a little bit about your season? Because I know it was electric.
Sure. Oh yeah, the season was awesome. Just before we even start this, just a FYI and a disclaimer: I am not at LaSalle right now. I gave my resignation yesterday before the last game against EP. So before anybody grabs this interview and be like, LaSalle coach, look what LaSalle coach said. Look what LaSalle coach. I'm not at LaSalle right now. So everybody calm down.
So Nadim is no longer at LaSalle. You had a great season. It could have ended on a better note, but I think you had an exceptional season. I seen the experiences you were having, the teams you guys played. You guys played a lot of super division programs, and people at home might not know what a super division is, but Hendricken is not a super division team. So I'll just say that. So super division teams mean you get 16 points in the RPI standing, which is phenomenal.
Yep.
What's the competition like playing them teams?
Oh, it's a pro, man. See, I'm one of those guys, man. I have some theories that I coach by and theories that I live by that just help me be a better person and a better coach. And one of them is we either win or we learn. There's no law. It's either win or learn. There's only two things that happens to me. I win or I learn. There's no such thing as losses. Like Michael Jordan said, I didn't lose. I just ran out of time. You know what I mean? So, and also, one of my models that people hate, bro. These guys hate when I say it, dog. But to me, it's the truth, bro. And it gets under guys' skin. Players win them, coaches lose them. they hate when I say that.
Yeah, someone said that like coaches winning the playoffs, players winning a regular season.
Hold on 1 second. One second.
You have handle.
Yep. So, with that being said, the season at LaSalle was awesome, man. A very high learning experience. It was coached on a high level by some high caliber people. I totally salute the guys. Dan Copen, amazing person. Love him. No hard feelings at all. It's just football. And as we know in the locker room, man, in this game of football, nothing's personal. You can't take it personal. The minute you take it personal, then you're off track. It's not personal, man. It's just football, and it's the chain of command, and there's ways things that are done. Of course, some things there's always things that you don't agree with. I'm totally a player's coach. I was there for the kids, I was there for the kids. Period. My number one goal, and everybody knows me, I put the kids first. This is how you stand the test of time as a youth organization. When you put the kids first, you can't lose. The minute you start thinking about yourself or other adults or trying to please these adults, that's when complications happen. You just put the kids first and everything will be great, man.
My quick disclaimer, my Cato rule, the views, informations, or opinion expressed on the platform because of all these stupid cease and desists I get, which I just tear them up. The individuals involved do not represent the views of any third party. So what people say is on their own. Like people really trying to be going to lawyers, trying to shut me down. And I tell people like, save your money.
That's crazy.
Save your money. But, my man Eddie Ole said, congrats again, man. You know what I mean? And what is he congratulating you for? Is it LaSalle? Is it future endeavors? What's good?
I have just accepted the role of the offensive coordinator for Juanita Sanchez High School. I will be the offensive coordinator 2026. So that's
what's up. You know what I mean? Yo, drum roll, please.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
That's what's up because you know what? Mike Washington even said too, we need Nadim in the city. You know what I mean? We need you at Juanita Sanchez. Even though you share a district with Central now, you guys share the same 2 square miles, and which is not a big area. You know what I mean?
The battle's on.
Salute to them guys over there at Central. You know what I mean? Salute to everything that they have going on. I'll get into that another time. But salute to Mike. Salute to all the city schools. Everything. Hope High School's doing. Mount Pleasant's doing, Classical's doing, because it's tougher in the city. I don't care. It's tougher in the city.
Definitely. I'm gonna reach out to Peter Quayway. We go way back. Good brother of mine. Mike Washington, another good brother of mine. A couple other guys. Hey, maybe in the future we can create a city bowl.
You know what? That Ben talked about, but you know what? There's a lot of hate. As far as that, people don't want their team to be on the bottom of that, and, but the competition's great. You know what I mean? The competition's real good, but salute to you and salute to all the programs that were in all the
But
state championship games, you know. Go
I
ahead.
definitely want to send a huge shout out to my boy Manu, the head coach over at Juanita. We've been talking about this for years. Those that know, I had the opportunity a few years ago. I lost it due to some things that I have cleaned up. So now I'm good to go. There's nothing stopping it now. There won't be no long Facebook posts from me about this and that. I'm good to go now. So definitely salute to Juanita Sanchez and my boy Manu, the head coach over there, for even bringing me back and bringing me on. And like you said, I feel I can do more in the city. You know, definitely could do more in the city. A lot of the places I've been in the past are like Hendricken. I did 4 seasons at Hendricken. I just did a season at LaSalle. So, you know, those are established places already. Being Juanita Sanchez, Division 4, it just looks like a rocket ship from here because ain't nowhere but up we can go. So it's definitely going to be fun, man. And I got some dogs over there too. So
And Juanita Sanchez, like 2016, 2017, they were in a Super Bowl. They won a Super Bowl.
Sure
You know,
did.
not too long ago. So, salute to them. They're just a small program.
Elijah Matthews. I think Elijah Matthews was the quarterback then, my boy Elijah. So salute to him too, man. That was dope.
Yep. The problem is, you know, some teams they win, they try to go up too fast, and some programs like, you know, like a Burrville. I don't think Burrville should ever be in a Division 1 ever. Ever. They have 25 kids. They're a player or two away from forfeiting every week. You know, you can't put schools that size, you know. So we have to get this fixed.
Yeah,
you know, we have
hopefully
to
they
get
do.
this fixed. Yeah.
Hopefully they do.
RIL does what they want. But before we get into the topic, give me 1 second.
Not promote or promotion any illegal activities. All content provided by this channel is meant only for educational purpose only.
Listen, no one's going to give you more coverage. No one's going to be at more games. No one's going to be more informed. I'm not just some guy sitting in his basement spouting off about who's winning games and who's doing what. We're real. The rebellion is real. Providence Journal coverage is going to be real this year. It's almost here. 3 days away.
My son Eric, you know, I'm not proud of him ever, you know, but here's a man that plays Karen with his kids. Here's a man that publicly said, I play Karen with my kids. Like, for one, you lose right there. You know, his all-state selection, I think, is a joke. He don't see all the games. How do you pick these kids? It's a popularity contest. You know, when Stanley Dunbar came around, what man says I stand for Stan? What man like says that about another man? So I just think like that's some corny stuff. And you know, when I put the line in that song, you know, about the jungle fever, Dunbar, Washington, you know, everybody knows what's up with that. But this guy has no credibility. You know, goes to East Providence High School and got to beg them. Can you guys name a seat in my honor when you build your new facility? Come on, man. You a clown, you backed by a machine. Nobody respects you, you know, but I'm saying that now. I'll hand the floor over to my guy, Coach Nadim.
All right, so let's tell a story. So I've been quiet for a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely been quiet for a few weeks. It's not really a big deal. It's not really a big deal. I'm not here to bash anyone, but I just want to state some facts. And I just want to clear some things up because if you think for 1 second that you're going to play with my name, you're out of your mind. So the guy in hand, Eric Rubin. So Eric Rubin had a post about Player of the Week. I made a comment on the post, and we'll begin to show screenshots of everything. I made a comment on the post. I said he nominated 5 guys, right? So I said that week, LaSalle played Barnstable. Barnstable came in 6-0. Kids were humongous. They were highly touted. And one of our receivers against a 6-0 out-of-state team had 3 touchdowns. Jalen Mosley had 3 TDs. So I see the Player of the Week nominees. So I on Instagram, I comment under it. What about Jalen Mosley? He had 3 touchdowns against an out-of-state team. Better comp. Blah 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 blah. He replied. He said something. I can't remember exactly what he said. Forgot what he said. Oh, this is what he said. I don't base this on out-of-state games. He only chooses in-state games. Well, the game LaSalle played against Barnstable was at LaSalle, in-state, for one. Yep, the game against Barnstable was at LaSalle, in-state, for one. For two, if a Rhode Island team plays, let's say, hypothetically, the Cleveland Browns, and they beat the Cleveland Browns, by his theory, he's not going to cover that team because it wasn't an in-state game. So if we beat the New York Jets and one of our kids has 3 touchdowns against the Jets, you're not going to nominate them for Player of the Week because it's not a in-state game, and then got a nerve to say that the game didn't matter. Yes, it did. We got points for that game. So I don't know where the game didn't matter come from. We got points for that game. So I replied, I said, yo, this is fake journalism. I think it's right there. Fake journalism at its finest. Then I replied, all you do, nope, I replied, in Rhode Island, all you do is award mediocrity.
Facts.
He goes and screenshots that. He screenshots what I said. I think you got one of them.
Yeah.
With the big bold letters. Yep, there it is. He screenshot what I said and tried to create his own narrative above it. First and foremost, he started with LaSalle coach. And I hope that everybody that saw this understands that he started with LaSalle coach. Why would you?
LaSalle assistant coach sounding off in my comments. Here's how he feels about you, Rhode Island. You're mediocre. And I say, and this is when I took notice and I jumped off the porch to defend you, that, he tried to get an entire culture to come after you.
Yes. Yes.
He's not that strong.
No, because it makes no sense if you read what I said and read what his says. I'm attacking him. I'm calling him mediocre. He's the mediocre one. Y'all reward mediocrity. Y'all, you, not the kids. I'm not talking about kids. You can clearly say what it says. And then he goes in to talk about how he's what he does is for the kids. Well, okay, let's break that down. Everything he does. Well, yeah, go back to that screen. What he said. What's the last part that he said? Please.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm bringing it back up.
Yeah.
I took it down. 1 second. I got it right here. Here we go. Oops. Hang on. Having some difficulties over here.
Nah, you good, Mike.
Yeah. It says
What's said at the bottom?
hang on 1 second. It says, guess I'm the bad guy for trying to show love to all the kids in Rhode Island. That's Cap right there, who put that work in.
Let's stop right there. Show love to all the kids in Rhode Island. Okay. All right. Let's remember he said that. Now let's go back. So he made some comments. He made we were going back and forth on Instagram that evening. It was about 10:30 that evening. About the Player of the Week. So then he goes. I said,
you're an assistant coach who should be teaching kids how to act, not showing that exactly what not to do, like standing up for yourself. I didn't say anything about anyone until you got loud. You bashed the kids in this state openly. Now, people and your bosses, I think people already knew Nadim's sentiment on that. And we'll get into that in a minute. And your bosses will know. I get you want to have social media clout, which I don't think Nadim needs social media clout. Let's say that first. Good news, it's about to happen, which it never happened.
Yeah. So again, he's
watching, by the way.
Yeah, good. So go back one of the screenshots where it says, I'm not going back and forth with you. I'm just going to tell Dan. Bro, what? It's 11 o'clock. Then he jumps on the phone, and it's another one of those screenshots. Looks just like that, but it's before that one.
I'm not going to back and forth with you. I'm going to tell Dan. Oh, no. And
Oh
for the
no.
record, Sam got like no votes in the last poll. So clearly your fan base isn't interested in the poll either.
Why? Listen, wait a minute. You are a journalist for the Providence Journal, and you're inboxing me telling me you're going to tell Dan. What? What grown man? Okay, so that's when he inbox after the mediocrity thing. He inboxes me this. We're going to tell Dan. You can see my response. Tell Dan.
Exactly. He
So,
was like,
so
I'm
you,
confused. You're a journalist. Why would you care what I think? There's always going to be naysayers, right? And you're right. Sam should be up there as well.
yep, yep. Like, what are we talking about here, bro? So, why do you attempt to take a screenshot of what I said and then change the whole narrative with big bold letters? That, listen to me, real before we go further. That is an abuse of power.
Absolutely.
That is a total abuse of power that was given to you by the people. And Mickey, you want to know who else abuses their power? Let's ask Michael Brown. Let's ask Tamir Rice. Let's ask, you understand where I'm going with the abuse of power?
Yes, sir.
You cannot abuse your power in that position. And this state allows him to do that. Who gave this guy the juice to do? Who is he? Not listen, before when we started this interview, Mike, we stated all the kids that we have in college right now, coming out of the state of Rhode Island. I rarely wonder, has any one of his articles helped the kid get to college? Has a college recruiter ever seen an article from Eric Rubin?
I'll get into that. Like when UMass was starting to roll, 1 champion, 2 champion, I don't cover them. It's not a Rhode Island story. There's 25 to 33 Rhode Island kids on that program. How is it not a Rhode Island story?
So let's get back to it. So just like he did before with the East Greenwich coach, what he has a narrative of doing is not covering the school because he got into a spat with another coach.
Yep.
So,
EWG, what happened over there is that Cliff Fortin didn't want to deal with him. And he said, well, then he went to the AD and he said, well, I'm not going to cover none of your sports. And guess what? Coach Fortin didn't talk to Eric Rube the rest of the season. You know, the athletic director had to. No, he definitely uses his intimidation tactics. And that's when I said in that post, you got to go to your intimidation tactics because that's what he does. He uses his power of a machine. He has a machine behind him. When the big industry don't want an artist, they shelf him. When Eminem gets pissed at someone or Dre, they could shelf your career, and that's what he was trying to do on a small level.
Listen. He went into my DMs. He said, I'm going to tell Dan. Then he turns around 11 p.m. that night and calls the athletic director, Vin McGinn. He's on the phone with the athletic director at 11 p.m. So, bro, you mean to tell me because we got into a disagreement on Instagram, you would try to get me fired? You attempted to get me, Coach Nadim, fired. You tried, bro. You really tried. You really tried to get me fired. 11 o'clock at night, you calling the AD because you having a spat on Instagram. And this is your hero? This is your journalist? Man, please. And then he sits there and talks about how he does it for all the kids, but he stops covering the kids if he has a disagreement with the coach in that school. How you for the kids if you're going to stop covering them because you beefing with an adult? Are you kidding? Bro, classic Rhode Island. That is a classic Rhode Island mentality. Because you mad at an adult, you take it out on the kids. You're going to stop sharing the kids because you mad at an adult. Come on, man. Are you what?
And that's what he does. He just won't report on the program. He won't report on it. He'll have nothing to say about it. And I mean, and don't say he covers all the Rhode Island kids because you know what? I know for a fact there's plenty of schools that he's never been to, not named LaSalle, Hendricken, Central, Wesley. I mean, yeah, of course he's going to go to all of them programs. Why? You know, because he choked on it. I keep it real over here. That's why he go. Where was did you go to Middletown games? No. You go to West Warwick games, you won't go anywhere near West Pennington because of me. And that's kind of screwed up, and that hurts that whole program because West rocks with me. You know why? Because I'm authentic and I keep it real.
But hold up, Mikey. Share the article. Share the thing again where he says he covers all the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. That's cap. You don't cover the kids. You do not cover all the kids. That's cap. And then to try to get a coach fired. Hold on, wait a minute. To try to get a volunteer fired is crazy work. That's crazy. Eric Rubin, you tried to get a volunteer fired. That is the lamest of the lame. What? You tried to get
all the work you put in.
You tried to get a volunteer hired, bro. Who tries to get a volunteer? Who calls the AD on a volunteer, bro? Who does that, man?
And I gotta give it to you. For a volunteer, you was the face of the schedule. You was the face of the program. You had a different handshake with every player. Like, I seen that, and I was like, yo, like, insecurities must have been running deep at that point. But, yo, them kids love you, bro.
Bro, listen, the handshake, bro. See, and it was funny. The handshake video got brought up, bro. And it's funny because when that handshake video got brought up, bro, do you know that there's teachers across the country that shake hands with kids as they walk in the classrooms in the morning?
And what's wrong with that, though? What's wrong with the handshake?
I'm still trying to figure that out, bro. Because the same day I had a meeting about this, I'm not going to start calling people names. The same day I had a meeting about Eric Rubin, the next day after he tried to get the volunteer fired, so I had to go into a meeting, they brought up the handshake video as well, which was kind of weird, but that's a whole nother topic. But I never took it down because I never felt, there's no way, bro. That video is a vibe. And then that handshake video, I did all them handshakes before we played Barnstable. And we won in overtime, 42-36.
And how did them kids at LaSalle with the handshake, how did the kids take the handshake? Not the administration. How did the kids like it?
Man, listen, bro. I wish I was able to, we had 50 kids. I wish I was able to come up with one for all 50. But I think I got about 20, 25. And it was a vibe. Each handshake had something to do with that kid. Like that kid's personality or his future. One of the kids we did a dap and a salute because he's going to the Air Force. The other one's going to be a minister. So we did the prayer, we did the cross and kiss to the Lord. Like every one of them was done for a reason. And it wasn't just it had something to do with that child. And then I got this dude trying to remove me because I don't agree with him on Instagram.
That's just grimy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that handshake video was the biggest highlight, was a major highlight of the season.
Fire, bro. It was fire. It was fire, bro.
I mean, major highlight because it showed that, right? Yeah, no doubt. It showed that you were keeping a great, give me a minute. It showed that you and the kids had a connection. You know, which we don't see that with a lot of coaches. We don't see that connection, and I already said there's like 5-6 coaches in the state, and then there's a major cliff. There's a major fall off as far as, as far as are you that guy? You know what I mean? Are you that guy? But so now how did LaSalle take Eric Rubin's phone call? Like, were they supportive of you? Did they have your back? And you're volunteering all that time. They didn't have your back over something.
Well, listen, I don't want to, let me not answer that question. Let me say this. I just want to say this. When that happened the next morning, when I got put out there, he screenshotted, he made the title over it, which is all cap. But when that happened, and then I shared it again. I shared it myself. So this goes to even my people, so my people could see it and they could understand. Let me tell you something, man. I got over 3,000 friends. close family. Like, the only person that came to my back was Mickey Rebello. The only one that came to my back when that dude dropped that. And so for that, Mike, my guy, dog. My
Appreciate
guy.
you, dog. Appreciate you.
My
Nah,
guy, bro.
you know what? You always there. You know, you keep it real. You're always authentic. We have conversations behind the scenes. And a lot of times we don't always agree on shit, and we keep it real. You know what I mean?
But
A lot of
we
people.
don't, hold up. We don't agree, but we don't screenshot each other's words, create a narrative, and try to get the whole world and try to get you banned and try to get me fired. Like, who does that?
That's crazy over that because we have a disagreement online that you're gonna try to take my livelihood. It ain't. I mean, you're volunteering, but so how does he know
didn't know
that?
that. He didn't know that.
He know that?
He was trying to cut my money. Imagine that. In his mind, I got the job. So he's trying to cut my money. You called the AD and the head coach, bro. Trying to get me fired over some Instagram shit. And this is your thing?
Eric says you can't get your guys in line that I'm not going to talk about your program, any sport. So how you going to go after the kids? And Eric, you already said that. So that's proven. You already said that to Craig Main. You threatened not to talk about football. And then, not basketball's next and so. So how you going to hold it against the kids?
Because you mad because you a shitty journalist? Don't get mad at me, dude.
I'll tell you what, I got 100 comments of people when I put that video out. They was like, yo, stay on his neck. No one respects him. And the only reason why people vibe with him is because of the Providence Journal. You're backed by a machine. You're backed by a powerhouse, a conglomerate.
FYI, there ain't even no more Providence Journal in this city. Like, you can't even, like, for his actions, there's no one to report him about. There's no one. You can't, he's out here abusing his power, and there's no one anyone can tell. And then these schools continue to give him the power.
Yeah, because he's with the Providence Journal, and I salute the people that stand up on their square and talk their shit about that guy because he's weak. Everyone says, no class, he's a clown. I can show you 100 messages right now.
Bro, the guy said, I'm not going back and forth with you. I'm just going to tell Dan. This dude's a snitch.
I'm going to tell Dan. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm going to tell. Yo, put that one back up. Put that screenshot back up where he said that. Please let the world see where he threatened to tell Dan. Let the world see that.
Absolutely. I'm going to run to Dan.
Are you kidding me? I'm a tell Dan. Man, this dude is the worst. Bro, that is the worst, bro. Look at that, man. That is crazy.
Screenshot that.
Screenshot
that. Clip that, as they would say. Clip that.
Right? Because listen, you know what he did? I'm going to tell you. On the comment thread of the Instagram post when I'm talking about, on that thread, he deleted all his comments.
Of course he did.
He deleted and then screenshotted mine and created a narrative and then called the AD. This dude is on what, bro? What is it? Was it a low grade of fentanyl he on out here or something, man? What is the drugs out here that this guy? Because that's insane. You got to be a little out of your mind for that one, bro.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, yo. He's friggin', this dude is like off the chain.
Hey, yo, how you tell a grown man you gonna tell Dan? What Dan you gonna tell? Lieutenant Dan? Lieutenant Dan?
There he is. There's Eric Rube. That's the guy you're talking about.
Oh my God, bro. Classic Karen.
That should say it all. Classic Karen. Absolutely.
Classic Karen, bro. That was a
guy
Karen.
that said, any coach that has anything to do with Mikey and the podcast, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. But then he says in that, I was going to give you a producer job, in that same thread that you were talking about, I was going to give you a producer job. Like, bro, you don't like me. Like, come on. You just said anyone that has anything to do with me, you don't want to associate with me. Like, he's just a clown. He plays Karen with his kids. He exploits kids for views. one thing I would never do is run up to a kid and throw a camera in their face, because how do I know their parents ain't out here hiding out?
Facts.
Or on the run, or don't want their kid on television, and just if the parents are cool with it or the coach is cool with it, like I'll say, Coach Coach Mike, want to bring your kids up here, we could bring them up here and give them some love, but I would never just bring kids up here on my own, because I don't know what that family situation's like.
Yep. And who's ever and the world that's watching, I didn't do this to try to get y'all to stop fucking with Eric Rubin or stop having him here or stop having him there. I'm not doing this for this. I just want y'all to know who y'all dealing with. Straight up, bro. Like, this is insane. You tried to get a volunteer fired, a very well-known one at that. Like, you're bugging, dude. Like, you were out of your fentanyl mind for that one, cuz, like, for real. But this is Rhode Island. Like, I can have people that are cool with me and they'll still be cool with him. It's Rhode Island. That's how it is. This ain't like the Bronx or Brooklyn or Baltimore where, people choose sides and stuff like that. And I didn't do this to choose sides. I just wanted to put the truth out there because this guy tried to create a narrative about me. That was crazy. Because I've always said, bro, let's keep it real. Compared to the rest of the country, Rhode Island high school football is pretty back there, like low division.
Well, let's explain that. Let's talk about that a little. A lot of people say, well, he says Rhode Island's mediocre, or I think he said that Eric represents mediocre, like Eric pushes mediocre football. But let's talk about the narrative of Rhode Island's mediocre, or plays average football compared to the rest of the country. When people hear you say that, where you coming from?
I'm from New Jersey.
I know that. You know what I'm saying? He's from Brick City.
I'm not telling you this because I heard it. I've lived it, seen it. Like, it's different, bro. And I'm all over the country with my travel. You know what I mean? So I meet kids during the off season, and I follow them like Micah Eugenia. Micah Eugenia is the starting quarterback for Bishop Gorman. Very good friend of mine. He's given me advice to some of the kids I coach. He's given advice to Kendall Perry. I know him. I follow him. You know what I mean? So I know what high school football looks like on a bigger scale. Hurlin Perry and Nashawn Montgomery went to Miami Central. I went down there to watch a few games. I'm seeing high school football nationally on a bigger level. St. Francis, David Rodriguez was at St. Francis for a hot minute. I was able to see St. Francis. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, if you're not real, then you'll feel offended. The high school football in Rhode Island is way beyond the rest of the country. No. Let me stop. Not way beyond. Here's the issue that I feel. Here's the difference that I feel. Where if you go down to these other states, let's say if you got a 50-man roster, somewhere else and in other places, on that 50-man roster, they got 30 to 35 football players. In Rhode Island, if you have a 50-man roster, you got about 10 football players. I'm talking football players, not people that signed up for it. We're talking about, you know what I mean by football players, where they're missing that little piece of the brain that tells them to slow down and they play full speed. Yeah, football players, not the guys that slow down. So,
yeah.
I don't know, what was that?
One of the coaches said Eric Rube has never been to any of our games this season.
Oh, yeah, that's why. But he's all about the kids. Remember that. So anyway, we're somewhere else. I believe that is the difference because I'm a firm believer in to be a killer, you got to train with killers. If you're not surrounded by killers, where if I was on a team with 35 football players, then I'd be training with killers. But when you're on a team with only 10, sometimes 6, then the mentality is different. So now instead of like being in a room full of killers, you're like a chocolate chip and a cookie. So it's not a lot of it. You know what I mean? So I think that is the huge difference. The amount of guys on a team in Rhode Island. Because like I said, we faced St. John's Prep and they're loaded. And one of the big things about them, they're not a big team. Barnstable was way bigger than them. North Kingstown is the biggest football team we've seen all season. North Kingstown is humongous. That entire O-line mixed with Stafford. Stafford is 6'2", 6'3". The entire O-line, the shortest guy is the center, and he's 6'2". Everybody else is 6'4". You know, they were the biggest team I've seen all season. But St. John Prep, they were not the biggest team. But if you looked at their legs, those kids were built like tree trunks. All their legs were rock, like big calves, big thighs. They weren't tall dudes, but they were solid from the bottom up. You know what I mean? Pause. So that made them explosive team. And we saw that. If you looked at some of our kids, we had lollipop stick legs compared to these guys looking like tree trunks.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You know, and is that a Rhode Island thing? Because we don't go year round in the sport. We don't train year round for football. We don't.
No. See, that's another thing. See, I think people are misunderstanding. Oh, we need to do this. We need to do that. Let me keep it real with y'all. It's genetics. A big mama down south meets up with Big Daddy. Guess what Big Mama and Big Daddy make? A big
big kid.
It's genetics, bro. Like, no offense, I love my wife to death, but she 4'11". What am I gonna get? I'm not getting Division I at a 4'11", bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's genetics. More, like the people down south or the people around the country, I just feel like they're a little bit, bigger as a people. And up here, it's like there's only a few. Again, it's only a few. I really think it's genetics, bro. Because like down south, they're just mating and having babies like rabbits, and the people they're big down there.
My boy Troy Isom from Lockwood. I remember back in the day, he would go in for a couple months. He looked like you could put him in an envelope, slide him under the door. 3 weeks later, that dude's like all cut up, muscular. I'm like, damn, boy. So yeah, it is genetics,
genetics, bro. And so with that, once we get into the realization and the truth of what it is, maybe then we can move forward instead of chasing down south dreams. Because anytime you have this conversation, all guys bring up is they do it down south or down south this, down south that. I get it, bro, but we ain't down south.
But they gotta be Big Mama and Big Papa in Rhode Island too.
Oh, they are, but it's not as many, Mike. You know that.
Grits. They don't need a lot of grits up here.
You can't find no grits. There ain't no grits at no breakfast joint up here.
They're like, what? You want oatmeal?
Want oatmeal? Yo, you gonna give me some grits? They're like, huh? What's that? Bro. Oh my goodness, bro. Like, no offense to anyone, bro. It's just genetics, man. The people that are in that area compared to what people that are here. And it's not wrong to just get over and coach football. Because here's what you got to remember too, bro. We're in a position to be tougher. We play in 30, 40-degree weather. Why? And in that thought process, why aren't we tougher?
I know,
we
right?
should be.
It's brick.
It's brick. We practice in it. We play in it. When it rains, it's cold. We play. We shovel I've shoveled the field to play football up here. They ain't got to worry about that shit throughout the country. We up here shoveling the field to play. I would think we would be tougher, though. I really would think we would be tougher, bro. No matter the size, coming out of New England, we should be some hard-nosed mother. Boop.
That's the fact. That's the fact. Glenn Sermo said it's the weight program, nutrition program, and year-round training. This is Meech Sermos' father. He played over on St. Ray's. He came from Bishop Feenan. Very, very good lineman. I think one of the state's top linemen this season.
Yeah, he's a stud. I know the kid. He's a stud.
Absolutely, yeah. Shout out to Glenn, the brother Christian, the whole family. It's a weight program, nutrition program, and year-round training we lack in Rhode Island. What do you think about that?
Hey, I mean, to each his own on their opinion. Everybody's gonna have an opinion, and I think everybody's opinion isn't wrong. I think it's just another level on the list. Like you said, a weight program and all that is fine. But when your daddy's 5'7" and your mom is 5 foot, ain't much weight's gonna do.
You know what? I'm a skinny white boy. My wife's skinny, and we got a 300-pound. We had a 300-pound freshman. You know what I mean?
And again, the percentages of that are low, but congrats on that, man.
You
Definitely,
know what I'm saying?
congrats on that, bro.
Since you coached at Hendricken and you coached at LaSalle, the two programs, Hendricken just won their 20th, and I think people are just numb and done with Hendricken winning championships. What do you think about, should the public schools even be competing with these guys? I mean, the competition level is way different.
Nah, nah, nah.
We should
I
keep it
wouldn't say.
real. That's coming from a guy that coached Hendricken. That
I
coached for
wouldn't say
LaSalle.
because I know Central's loaded. I know the kids. I know. See the difference. I know these kids. I know Central's loaded. I know. Yo, listen to me. Let me explain something to y'all about LaSalle and what we had this year. We were. Me personally, I believe we were fortunate to be in the position that we were in. I believe we did a lot with a little because other schools that we faced were just powering. Oh, we had no size, zero size. Struggled on a few aspects that I feel teams were way better than us. And I honestly believe we were fortunate to be where we are. I think the kids balled out and the coaching staff did a lot with what we had, man, to get to where we got. Because, I mean, kid for kid, if you line them up, Central High School was loaded compared to I mean, as far as, what they say, stars, why? Because there's undercover guys that can play some football. You know what I mean? You might not have the big name or be noticed much. But as far as the stars go, I feel that, I think the schools can compete, bro. They really can. I know Hendricken's loaded. I know they are. LaSalle's not that. They got some good players, but they're not loaded like Hendricken. They're not like Hendricken's loaded. They got 3 running backs. LaSalle struggled at running back. You could watch the tapes. Nick Stratford down in North Kingstown, that's what I mean. North Kingstown was the biggest team we faced all year. The biggest team I seen in the region. And I seen BC High, St. John Prep, Barnstable, and BC High, St. John Prep, Barnstable. Oh, and Chaminade from New York. Yeah. And North Kingstown, hands down the biggest. Hands down.
I've never been able to say that school, Chaminade. I tried all year. I said, I don't. I couldn't say it. I couldn't say it.
So I would. My thing is, stop crying and coach football, bro. There's ways, because if you look at it, here's one thing that pisses me off about Rhode Island high school football. It seems like everybody's stuck in a shotgun. Everybody in a shotgun, and we live in New England, huh? I'm confused. We live where the weather can change like that.
And you should be on the center.
All you guys, your entire offense is shotgun. Like, okay, do you know? Let's say hypothetically, there's 10,000 football plays. But if you only run shotgun, you are literally cutting 6,000 plays out of your playbook because there are so many plays that are run under center that you're not running because you're stuck in shotgun. I'm totally confused by that.
I didn't realize that many plays you was eliminating by being in shot. Imagine that. Wow. That is. Think about
it, bro. You're eliminating. You're eliminating I form, every form of wing T, single back wing, the veer. You're eliminating play action. You're eliminating bootlegs. You're eliminating waggles. Bro, why would you eliminate all that from your offense and to be in a shotgun where I haven't seen any team have great shotgun snaps for 4 quarters?
Vincenzo said, congratulations, former Woonsocket Villanovan. Shout out to Vincenzo. Did I say, is it Vincenzo or Vincenzo? But
Vincenzo, my nephew. What's up, nephew?
You got a lot of nephews, boy. You got a lot of nephews out there.
That's my boy right there, Vinny, man. Congrats out there. I think he works at Bridgewater State. I think he's working there. He's on the athletic staff.
Shout out to Bridgewater. My man Julio is out there.
Yep, my guy.
He's out there now. My man Michael Garofolo is out there now.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
so
Some good
shout
dudes
out
out
to
there.
all the guys that are at college. Man, you know, Najee just resigned from UMass Dartmouth. You know,
Somebody he'll be working in no time.
oh, absolutely. You know what I mean? I think his passion really is more to high school kids, though. You know,
Hmm.
I tell him that's where you're needed, Najee. You know what I mean? We need you here in Rhode Island, working with these young dogs because we've seen what happened at Rogers. You know what I mean? Like we need to create better men for society because we're in the worst we're in the worst era of fatherless homes. You know, I mean, it's crazy. In the inner city, you got 3 out of 4 houses have no daddy in them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, and a lot of people will prey on that, but we need to create better men.
I wanna point out one of the things that I know. So I really plan on chilling at Juanita Sanchez for a few years, bro. Um, I've spoken to Manu. We got things in the work. I'm just the OC now, but it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow from just being an OC. But I know what is so being at Juanita Sanchez. Juanita's a co-op. I think they're one of the first co-ops. So they get kids from PCD, which is in East Providence. They get kids from Youth Build, which is I don't want to call it a behavioral school, but it's a school downtown Providence.
It's a charter school.
Yeah, but Youth Build, and they get kids from the Met. So one of the rumors about the kids at Youth Build is they're gangsters, or that there's a lot of gangs and stuff like that when it comes to the Youth Build, and just even the Juanita with the kids on that side of town. So I know one of the first things, and this is the thing, I'm not ignorant to nothing that I'm dealing with. You got to understand, I come from that. My hometown back in Jersey is totally blood. I lost a lot of cousins and family to that. So I understand the gang culture. So when I go into Juanita, one of my main goals is to infiltrate the gangs so I can
Nice.
get
Shout
these
out to
kids.
you.
They think about it, bro. The kids that are running around with that gang shit and not coming to school and don't want to bro, that's my defense. Don't
Yeah.
you, bro? I met a college coach. This might sound crazy, but yo, it's certain things that college coaches, it's very racial, bro. Very racial, very discriminative. But I'm telling you, a lot of college coaches, when they look for certain positions, they want to see certain things in the household. So all right, if I'm looking for a quarterback, I would like my quarterback to have younger siblings because it shows that it shows that he can lead. He can captain the ship. He can lead others in a process. You know what I mean? And then when you want to get a middle linebacker who's just mad as hell, where you gonna go get him from?
There you go. You know what I mean?
I ain't saying nothing. I'm just telling you, if you want to go get a linebacker that has an attitude that'll run through a brick wall, so
Now, when you get kids like that, right? Do you have to coach them where? Because I don't believe, I think they got to respect you. First off, you know, they have to respect you. Are you a player's coach or a coach's coach? Like, you want to be their friend or are you their coach?
No, I'm a player's coach, but trust just my demeanor and how I am. They know I'm here. I'm here to put you in a position to be successful, young man.
Because
you know what I
we
mean?
see at Rogers what happened recently at Rogers. It was the worst video I ever seen in my life, and
yeah, that's insane.
He needs to be their friend.
I can't. You can't.
That don't want to be their friend.
You can't blame a first year. I can't say that about Charlie. That's his first year there. Well, whatever was there.
No, I get that, but
whatever was there before he got there. You know, he's just stepping in trying to change the culture now. It's sad that that's going on. And I mean, if you think about it, in Newport, Rhode Island, golly.
How many hill, though?
I guess so, bro. Yeah.
When they knocked down Hoppet Projects in the 80s, when they knocked down that other building, I got pictures of it. I'll show you one day back in like 84, 85. They shipped a lot of them guys out to Hominy Hill. You know, so that's really a offspring of Hoppet Projects over there. But nah, Charlie definitely had a tough time in Woonsocket, you know, but we can't be their friend. We have to be their coach. They have to respect us.
No, what we have to be is their mentor to those that need it, and a mentor to those that need it, a shoulder to the ones that need it, a leader to the ones that need it, and sometimes you got to be that social worker to the ones that need it. But it's gonna dealing with the inner city. It's not as easy as show up and coaching X's and O's.
Oh,
I mean,
hell no.
you got to talk to moms, dads. You know, you're dealing with all kind of stuff just to get the kid to the game. It's definitely a coin flip when you're coaching in the inner city compared to coaching somewhere else, bro. And I'm down for the challenge, dog. I'm down for the challenge. I can't wait. One of the wild things is to some of them gangs I gotta go infiltrate and talk to some of them gangs. I know the leaders. I coached the leaders back in the days. So I'm gonna call them up like, yo, boy, I need them kids out the streets and get them in there, get they had a chance like you had a chance. Just because you wanted to go that route don't mean, because you can't save them all, bro. Can't save them all. You can save the ones that you can, but there are some that you know, I could barely save myself
you're
at one
right.
point.
You're right. I mean,
So,
all my 20s, I grew up. I was incarcerated. I was a badass. Like, I was bad boy. You know what I mean? Hoffit Project building was not demolished. They tried to do so, but it wouldn't come down. No, you're wrong. And I could show you you're absolutely wrong. Hoffit Project building was demolished. They tried to blow it up 3 times. And then Bill Ray came in, screwed everything up, and they tried to take it down with a wrecking ball. This was in night. I'll show you. I actually have pictures. I was there.
oh, that's my
I
auntie,
mean,
Anastasia. Hi, auntie.
there was buildings in that room that they had cold water apartments still in that building, you know. But yeah, that was old. It was the city trying to say that it just was not livable anymore, which it was. It was totally livable, you know. I think one day I'll do a podcast on that, you know. But shout out to you, Nadim. You know, yeah, said holla auntie.
She
Hola.
know. She
You
know.
know.
She
Absolutely,
know.
man. But yo, always real having you on. You know, I appreciate it. You know, before I let you go, we'll play this quick little clip that I have. Oh, nope, didn't work.
I'm going to tell Dan. Yo, listen, all I got to
That's
say is,
crazy. I'm gonna tell Dan.
hey, Mike, I got your back, bro. You're you're a homie for that, man. I base people say blood thicker than water. Well, I say mud is thicker than both.
Absolutely,
When you
man.
go through adversity and you go through the mud with somebody, the mud sticks, bro. And for you coming to my back on social media, bro, and telling the world that this clown, you basically told the world that he abused his power, totally manipulated what I said, and created a narrative so that now he can act like he ain't got to cover the kids. But it says that he covers all the kids in Rhode Island.
Yep. You know what? I'll always have your back, especially against that weirdo. You know what I mean? Because I have no
That's
respect
insane.
for him at all. You know, and that's well documented that
Hey,
I have no respect.
hey, you know, he definitely, I forgot after that because I went to the school the next day. He had another post, like right after that, when he screenshotted the mediocre thing, he screenshotted that, and then he had another one where he started talking tough.
Oh yeah, he said that we'll never say it to his face.
What?
Which I got a video at Westerly. I'm saying, "Where you going, Eric?" He's running away. He's walking away. Where you going? Where you going? You know,
Yo,
he'll never say it.
I'm gonna
We'll
tell you
never
like this.
say it to his face.
I seen the dude twice, bro. And he lucky people, yo, don't do it now. Don't do it now. It ain't worth it. I ain't gonna do that. But next time, now that I'm not at LaSalle, like he tried to, I still can't believe. Why did you say LaSalle first? That's what I need.
Because he knew the clout. He wanted to put the clout out there, the alumni,
The
LaSalle.
intent was so obvious. The intent was so obvious. I couldn't believe they fell for it. They fell for it. I've been at LaSalle, Adim, 4 months. He gonna put LaSalle coach. Like I've been there for years.
And he
Come
tried to get
on,
you
bro.
fired, which you're a volunteer
Bro,
for one. He tried to get you fired.
fired.
He had a
Fired.
and I said that right away. I said, "Oh, Eric gonna have his intimidation tactics," and he already did.
Abuse of
He
power,
already
man.
did.
Abuse of power.
Absolutely.
It reminds me of like, yeah, it reminds me of the cop that had his neck on George Floyd that day. Gives me that vibe. It gives me that vibe. The abuse of power.
Derek Chauvin vibes.
Anytime I see abusive Zimmerman, George Zimmerman, anytime I see abuse of power, that's the vibe I get. No, and I'm sorry, it may be just because I'm black, but when we see abuse of power, we get PTSD with that, bro. Because now you're Emmett, Emmett Till. Emmett Till was thrown in a cotton gin for the same type of tactics. Somebody said that he whistled at a woman and he didn't, and these people ran and threw this man in a cotton gin. That's the same tactic because he tried to say something I didn't say and get the people to throw me in a cotton gin.
And that's what he did that to you. He did that to West Pennington. He tried to get an entire community to come
Come
after
on.
you guys. And
Those
that's
are
just what he did.
Those are 1800 tactics, man. What are we talking about here? These are 1800 tactics. That's the shit they did back in the early 1900s. He's still doing it in 2025. I don't care nobody. Bro, listen, man. To sit back and call the AD, because athletic director and the head coach, because you had a disagreement with somebody on Instagram, is lamer than the lamest, bro. And y'all put this guy in a position. I can't believe it. So for that, y'all are mediocre.
And this is your guy. That's why you're mediocre.
That's why you're mediocre. Look at what you're doing. Come on, man. But Mike, love you, bro. I appreciate you for coming to my back, dog.
Much love. Anytime you need me, dog, I'll be there. And when I see him coming off someone else, I'll jump off the porch. I said that the other day. Somebody said, you was on your porch when that happened? Nah, you just don't get it. You don't get it, you know?
Shout out to my boy Nate Sean down there in the Gatorland, man.
Absolutely, man. And shout out to everyone holding it down. Nadim, I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon, bro.
Let's go.
Send me the interview after.
I got you. It's live right now, so I got you. I'm gonna send it to you.
Peace, bro.
Peace. Shout out to my man.
It's more than Family Guy. I know you heard of your boy Japan, and I'm rocking out with Chris Clark. He from the West Coast. I'm from Rhode Island. Let's get it going now. It's how it's going down. Brody got its own style. Smallest state in the nation, but we so proud. Yeah, we so proud. Screaming out loud. Here we go, come on. Haven for the hustlers, scramble for the dollar. Whole state corrupt, blood money for tomorrow. Still a plantation, bunch of niggas wearing collars. Whether in the gutter or a fucking brown scholar. And from the east to the west, little Brody in the house, man, we always been fresh. And from the north to the south, I love where I'm from, better watch your mouth, we from.
I'm here. I mean, think about it. If we didn't have all this crying, and you can't say there's not a lot of crying going on.
Listen, no one's going to give you more coverage. No one's going to be at more games. No one's going to be more informed. I'm not just some guy sitting in his basement spouting off about who's winning games and who's doing what. We're real. The rebellion is real. Providence Journal coverage is going to be real this year. It's almost here, 3 days away.
the Bulldogs, Division II show. It's gonna be live, let the rivalry flow. Can we keep it real? This is where we shine. Hard chat sports, colors crossing every line. North Smithfield undefeated, they're running the game. Hold tight for the action, remember the name. Kick rocks, Eric Rube, you're in for a ride. In this game of life, we got that hometown pride. Paint the picture vivid, yo, the crowd's in a rage. Every pass interception, turn the next page.
A sip. They send them letters quick, man, they don't let it slip. Palazzo, Murray, Braga, all lawyered up tight. In the courtroom shadows, ready for the fight. Cease and desist, they lurking in the dark, trying to silence voices that rise and spark. Can we keep it real? This ain't just a phase. Time catching the sights, let's set it ablaze. Cease and desist, they lurking in the dark, trying to silence voices that rise.
Yeah, we in Smithfield, but the light ain't shining bright. Got a story to tell, better grab your seat tight. Rhode Island vibes, Friday night lights, but behind the cheers we face some fights. Smithfield High School, all eyes on the field, but a dark cloud hangs with the pain concealed. A hasten incident, it hit the scene. A freshman kid caught in a sick routine, stuffed in a locker, man, that ain't a game. Sprayed with cleaners, product of shame, cleaning chemicals like Lysol spray. Turn the What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mike. Yeah. Welcome to the Can. We keep it real podcast. All right. We soaring high, 39,000 feet in the 747 with beats on repeat. Got my boys at JFK, they holding it down. Big shout out to Karen, we repping the crown. Ain't no drama here, just real talk and laughs. We keep it authentic, forget